ThroBak ESG-102B Custom Pickups.
Coming up.
Okay, Matthew, we've got another episode of, we'll call it ThroBak Thursday. But this is kind of, we're going to focus on the ESG-102B custom set at the beginning here because we get a fair amount of questions about that. And you've got your list there.
I've got my list of questions here.
Of questions from customers. These could be repeat questions.
Okay.
And go.
You ready to go? Here we go.
I'm ready to go.
Question number 1. I'm interested in ordering ThroBak ESG-102B Custom P.A.F repros, but I'm not sure which to order. There are 2 versions of ESG-102B pickups on the ThroBak website. What is the difference between these 2 sets?
Okay, that is correct. If you go to the ThroBak website and go to the ESG-102B Custom P.A.F pickup repro page, after you click Shop Now, there'll be 2 button menu choices. One is for the ESG-102B set that we copied directly from a 64 SG that we had in the shop here.
Mm-hmm.
And that guitar had very specific resistances, obviously, that we duplicated for this set. But it also had an interesting magnet combination of a short Alnico 5 bridge pickup magnet and a short Alnico 2 neck pickup magnet. The second variation we have of that ESG-102B set has short Alnico 2 in both pickups. And that set was done at the request of Collings Guitars for their I-35 Vintage LC. Well, I guess it's an I-35LC Vintage
That's
guitar.
what the model's called.
That's the spec they preferred. 2 short A2 magnets. Tonally, what's the difference? You're with the short Alnico 2 in the bridge, you're going to get a little smoother sound than short A5. Short A5 is more powerful magnet, so you get a little bit more bitey, aggressive tone with the short Alnico 5, but a little sort of smoother, slightly fatter sound with the short Alnico 2. They both sound great. So, and another characteristic of this era of pickups is the resistance is pretty low, so you get a higher perceived headroom with a lower wattage amp. People like these sets often for that added headroom that you get, and it's also a bit brighter with that lower resistance.
All right.
Should we play anything to demonstrate this? I do have the ESG-102B Collings short magnet version in my Collings I-35 here.
Okay.
And again, short A2 both pickups. I'll play just a little here. This is the neck pickup. Bridge. Sounds very good. Now this is not the vintage I-35LC. They weren't making it at the time I bought this.
Right.
I initially had ER-Custom pickups in the guitar, which actually I've gotten that one.
That's what's in that one.
That's a 335. This is one of my favorite, and it sounds great in this too. But I thought, well, maybe I can give this an I-35LC vintage vibe by changing the pickups, and I think it has worked. Little, I don't know, how would you describe it? It's a little more refined, clean tone, maybe.
This is what are we listening to right now?
That's the neck, and this is the bridge. I'll switch it to this one real quick here. Now again, this is a 67 ES-335 with ER-Custom pickups, but this is a, it's not this is a bigger body, but it's sort of
these are short
same
A5,
neighborhood.
Short A5 in both the neck and bridge.
No, actually, well, no, the yes, the ER-Custom, yes. So this is 7.9K in the bridge or neck and 8.3 in the bridge.
A little higher.
So
you definitely hear it.
Yeah. So go back to this one. That's the bridge.
Yeah.
And it's not hitting the amp as hard.
No.
And a lot of people really kind of prefer that. But, you know, it's nice to have the choice. And we're going to have band practice tonight, so I will play this with that. I just switched these the other day. And
See what it does in a band setting.
yeah. So we'll play a little. Yeah?
What do you want to do?
Well, G. Okay, Matthew, so why not play it in an SG2, except this has the short A5 in the bridge, okay? Not the same guitar, but I'll play the neck pickup here. Bridge. All right.
Nice.
So, ready?
You want to do it?
Yeah. Okay, Matthew, there's more questions.
You ready?
Yes, but we should clarify the rest of these questions. We're just going to kind of, since we're sort of on a little bit of a Collings theme, we're going to answer some general Collings questions we get periodically. Because there's a lot of guitars out there with ThroBak pickups with Collings guitars, and there's new ones and used ones, and people wanting to put them in both.
Right.
So we get questions about that.
Okay.
Next one.
Hey, ThroBak. I want to order a set of ThroBak SLE 101 Plus pickups for my Collings SoCo. Do I need to order them with long leg bass plates, or short leg bass plates?
Okay. We get the long and short leg bass plate question a lot about any guitar. And I'll describe that briefly. We probably mentioned it before in other videos, but people keep asking, so repeat it. The mounting arrangement for a humbucker P.A.F style pickup is there's two little legs that come out the side of the pickup. We should really have one here display. Maybe I will put it up floating here in between us.
Yeah. We'll show a picture of it right here.
But those little legs come in a long version and a shorter version. We offer both. The long version is the Gibson standard. Gibson has always used those, with the exception of their overseas made Epiphone guitars. But their USA made stuff has always used these long leg base plates, and that's the original vintage spec. So we recommend if you have a Gibson guitar, use long leg. If you have any other guitar, use short leg, because short leg is a universal fit, and it'll fit Gibson also. But things like Fenders, PRSs, if they've been originally routed for a humbucker, like a Fender neck pickup, very often, if it's, let's say it's American Standard Telecaster or something like that, and has a route to accept it, that's probably routed for a short leg bass plate. However, Collings, they do have their guitars routed to accept both. The advantage of that is that if you had, let's say you had a vintage P.A.F that you wanted to put in a Collings, you could do it because it's routed for that longer leg bass plate. Collings guitar will accept long or short leg bass plates, and I put long leg in this when I switch the pickups out to the ESG-102B set.
Okay, next question. I bought a used Collings I-30LC with Lawler Dog Ear P90 pickups. I want to switch the pickups to ThroBak Dog Ear P90s. Which pickup should I order? I need the neck and bridge pickup pair, but I only see dog ear bridge pickups on the ThroBak website.
Yes, this is a problem. Well, it's not really a problem. The very short answer is if you want ThroBak pickups in a Collings I-30LC, which is a fully hollow sort of ES-335 casino shaped guitar, smaller body, you know, it's their Collings thing, but it's a thin, fully hollow guitar. You really need to order them with the pickups you want, and so if you want ThroBak pickups, get a new one or a used one that has ThroBak dog ear pickups already installed. The reason for this is, Matthew, do you know the reason for this?
I know the reason, but I think a lot of people don't know the reason.
Okay, the reason for this is Collings is makes the covers for these guitars out of Bakelite, and I believe they actually machine them very precisely out of a solid piece of Bakelite, and they look great, and they've made them specifically so the pickup is at the perfect height, fits the contour of that guitar perfectly. And a regular plain old flat molded dog ear cover is not going to be the same fit with the Collings guitar. So you really want to use that cover. The complication comes in is that ThroBak uses vintage pole spacing for their P90 pickups, the Gibson vintage pole spacing. And Collings makes the covers that go on ThroBak pickups at the factory with that pole spacing. They drill them out for that. And Lawler has a different pole spacing. And the two do not work together. Is this confusing? It's very confusing, isn't it?
No, I mean, it's pretty simple. They're just not compatible. You can't aftermarket switch out the covers.
Yeah.
They're not interchangeable.
Yeah, and the covers, again, are made by Collings, and they're super nice, and they're integral part of the design. And
you can't just get a new set of covers
You
from
can't just
Collings.
get the covers from Collings because they make them specifically for their guitar order. We supply the pickups for these models to Collings with no cover.
Right.
And Lawler does the same, I'm sure. And it's just for this specific I-30LC model. And Collings does what Collings does. They make great, really precisely made stuff, and part of that for this guitar is that cover. So
it's the only guitar they make the cover for, isn't that right?
I think so.
All their dog ears, I think.
I think they do. I think they make the do the dog ear
the
cover
290s?
for the 290
The solid
single,
body?
the single pickup one.
Yeah, it's their,
That's a little different matter though because it's a flat top.
yeah.
So you could get ours and use our bridge pickup cover, and you know, since it's going on a flat top, it doesn't have that contour issue. You might not maintain that same look, but our cover is very nice for that. It's butyrate cover, just give it a little more vintage look. But this contour aspect of it is really a big factor in that I-30LC. So, yeah, and the covers themselves from Collings are not readily available because they make them on a per case basis for those guitar orders. They just don't have them sitting on the shelf. Next question.
Next question. I'm thinking about buying a Collings Electric guitar, and I see new guitars with ThroBak pickups installed by Collings. How long has Collings been buying pickups from ThroBak Electronics? I'm trying to decide if I should buy a new Collings or look for a used one that has ThroBak pickups.
Okay. Collings has been ordering pickups from ThroBak since 2011. And at this point, there are how many would you say are out there? We've sort of done a rough estimate, but we've
There's hundreds.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
A lot of guitars.
There's a lot of guitars over those years that have ThroBak pickups. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and many hundreds of guitars. So, assuming you can find a used guitar out there that you like, you know, there should be some out there that have ThroBak pickups. But the other option is get a new one from a dealer that orders their guitars spec'd with ThroBak pickups, and there's a lot of them that do that, or custom order one through a dealer with Collings, and spec out the pickups exactly that you want. The models like the I-30LC vintage, the ThroBak ESG-102B set, again, kind of the purpose of the video.
The I-35, you mean?
It's I-35, yes.
That's right.
This guitar,
Yeah.
except in the vintage form, those come spec'd with ThroBak pickups.
Yeah, from the factory.
So if you're looking at one of those, with rare exceptions, that's what they're going to have is the ESG-102B set with Collings spec magnet choice. Then also you could find a used one that had some other brand of pickup and order pickups from us to upgrade it. You know, that happens all the time also. I guess you just got to factor all that in with what the price of the guitar is and what you're looking for. All right, is that it for the questions?
That's my last question.
Okay. Well, Matthew, we'll sign out. Once again, thanks for watching. Click the bell to get notifications of future videos. Click subscribe. We always like that. And once again, thanks for letting ThroBak be part of your search for great guitar tone.